In 2002, Yahoo had the chance to buy Google for $1 billion. They said no. Not because they couldn't afford it, not because they didn't see the potential, because their internal culture required every major decision to pass through so many layers of approval that by the time anyone said yes, the moment was gone. Google is now worth over $2 trillion. Yahoo sold itself to Verizon in 2017 for $4.5 billion, a company once valued at $125 billion. The strategy was never the problem. The culture was. If you think strategy is what separates winning companies from failing ones, you've been looking at the wrong variable your entire career. Peter Drucker, the man who essentially invented modern management, said it in one sentence that business schools still can't fully explain. Culture eats strategy for breakfast. If you've ever watched a brilliant idea die in a meeting, not because it was wrong, but because it threatened the wrong person, stay with me. This one explains everything. Why do smart companies with unlimited resources make catastrophically stupid decisions? The answer is never the strategy. It's always the culture underneath it. And here's what makes it dangerous. Culture problems are completely invisible on a spreadsheet. Culture is not your company values printed on the wall, not your team retreats, not your open-door policy. Culture is what your people do when nobody is watching. Culture is what gets rewarded informally, not officially. Culture is the unwritten rules that everyone knows and nobody says out loud. In 2001, Enron had a value statement that read, integrity, communication, respect, excellence. 4 months later, they filed for the largest corporate bankruptcy in American history, wiping out 20,000 jobs and $2 billion in employee pensions overnight. The values were on the wall. The culture was fraud. Organizational psychologist Edgar Schein found that culture operates at 3 levels, and most leaders only ever see the first one. What people can see, what people say they believe. And the deepest level, the unconscious assumptions that drive actual behavior. Most strategy lives at the surface. Culture lives at the bottom. When they conflict, the bottom always wins. IBM in the early 1990s had a brilliant strategy, pivot from hardware to software. Completely correct, completely necessary. But IBM's culture had one sacred belief: the hardware salesperson is king. Every time the new strategy threatened that hierarchy, the culture pushed back, quietly, persistently, effectively. It took mass layoffs across 40,000 employees and nearly a decade of restructuring before IBM made the transition. The strategy took 3 months to write. The culture took 10 years to change. How many brilliant strategies in your organization have quietly died the same death? How many high performers left, not because of salary, but because the culture made their best work invisible? That's not a talent problem, that's a culture problem wearing a very expensive disguise. So, what do companies that get this right actually do? First, make the unwritten rules written. Surface the assumptions, force the conversation, uncomfortable, necessary. Second, change what gets rewarded, not what gets announced. Culture follows incentives, not intentions. Third, hire for cultural contribution, not just cultural fit. One builds a culture that adapts, the other builds one that slowly dies. Your strategy is only as strong as the culture carrying it. The most expensive document in your company isn't your balance sheet. It's the culture nobody ever wrote down. If this shifted something, the only tuition we charge is alike. 5 minutes, one shift, no fluff,